Hi everyone, welcome to the class. In this class, we'll be discussing some questions about the adjacency list and adjacency matrix. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Suppose you have a sparse graph. So sparse graphs are those graphs where like there are multiple nodes but very few edges. So like if there are multiple edges and very few nodes. So this is a sparse graph. So in this question, the question is, how are you going to represent a sparse graph? Like, will you be using adjacency list or adjacency matrix? So there is no particular answers for these questions. These are like just open-ended questions where you have to give the reasoning behind why you chose the adjacency matrix over adjacency list or vice versa. Think about this. So like there are n nodes, say n is greater than the m, where m is the number of edges. So how are you going to represent this? Okay, next question. How are you going to represent if there are multiple edges between two nodes? So there are, say, these three nodes are there. Now there are multiple edges, say edge one and edge two. How are you going to represent? How are you going to represent this graph? Which data structure will you use? Adjacency list or adjacency matrix? And if you are going to use them, how are you going to modify these structures to accommodate the multiple edges between two nodes? For what kind of graph adjacency list and adjacency matrix are equal? That means even adjacency matrix has is filled with the data, and adjacency list is also filled with the data which is similar, like which appears to be same when you uh, basically write it. So basically, what do you mean? So we have adjacency list. It says like node 0, node 1, 1, the three nodes. Okay, so it is connected to 1, 2. It is connected to 0, 1, and it is connected to 0. It is connected to 0, 2. It is connected to 0, 1. So this is adjacency list. Adjacency matrix is 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. So for which kind of graph the adjacency list is equal to adjacency matrix? Okay. Now, how will you represent a graph in which every node is connected to other nodes? So there are five nodes. Okay. Now this node is connected to every other node. Similarly, this node is connected to every other node. How will you represent such graphs? So if there are like if there are four nodes, this is connected to these things. This is connected to this. This is connected to this. So basically, there is an edge between every possible combination of node. How will you represent this graph? Okay, now consider another problem. You have a graph. Now I have named the edges. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Now the query is, I will give you edge. I want to know the end nodes. So for this, if I say B, you need to output 3 and 4. If I say A, you need to output 1 and 2. So how are you going to do this? Which data structure are you going to use to represent this? Yes. So that's all from this side. Please write a code for all these problems and explain your solution using a video. Thank you.